Forward to it. Thanks, Brendan. Well, after nearly 2 decades, the leader of the pack is ready to jet off to New York. Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers revealed his intentions on the Pat McAfee show, saying he intends to play for the New York Jets next season. So with Rodgers possibly making that move to New York, that marks the Jordan Love era. Our Sam McGrew talked to Packers fans who say they are ready to board the Love train.
Robert Hudson has seen plenty of quarterbacks come and go.
I don't want to tell my age, but I was back there with Bart Starr. I've seen all the drama and all the changes.
The fourth quarter regular is once again ready for a new game plan.
I think it has went too long, for one thing. It's making him look bad now. But the fact that how he has performed and how he came on in the last year or two, let him go. Let's move on.
It's an opinion shared by many others.
I think I'm happy to see him go because we haven't been doing so good.
From fourth quarters,
Aaron Rodgers is gone,
to Oscar's Pub and Grill on Pierce.
If he wants to leave, he can leave.
In fact, Oscar Castaneda, the owner, doesn't even see it impacting business.
I don't think they will affect us. It's the Packers fans are the Packers fans. They're no fans for Aaron Rodgers. They're fans for the Green Bay Packers.
And now everyone is already falling head over heels for Love.
I'm excited about anything new. We may just make the playoffs.
I don't mind change. I'm excited to see how Jordan is going to evolve and what kind of year we'll have.
New face, new talent. Let's see what he's got.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. And Rodgers' big announcement means a big sale at a local Fan Pro shop. The owner of the Green and Gold Zone in West Allis says he was stuck with about 1,000 Brett Favre jerseys nobody wanted when number 4 left 15 years ago. Now this time around, he hopes he can move the remaining Rodgers stock.
We're going to have to deeply discount them.
They haven't been selling?
Not for the last year.
And he says he's already has a big order in for Jordan Love's number 10 jersey. Well, the deal to New York, it's not done just yet. If you have the TMJ4 News app, when the trade is made, we'll send an alert right to your phone. If you don't have it, it's free to download. It was also a big day for Marquette's men's and women's basketball teams. Both the men and women Golden Eagles will play their first games of the NCAA tournament on Friday. And as you can see, if we take a look at some video of this, they had a send-off in style there. Crowds were there to cheer them on as they boarded the buses to take them to Columbus, Ohio. The men's head coach Shaka Smart says he's feeling optimistic ahead of their big matchup.
Our preparation this week has been about being the best version of us. Our guys' number one advantage all season long has been pouring into one another and helping each other be better. And that's what's going to allow us to be at our best on Friday afternoon.
Now the men's team is entering the NCAA tournament fresh off of claiming the Big East title. In other news for the team, Tyler Kolek has earned consensus All-American honors. He was named to the NABC and USBWA All-American teams on Wednesday. He's just the 8th player in the team's history to receive those honors. Well, Republican lawmakers in Wisconsin want to make changes to the state's abortion ban. The move comes after months of protests erupted in Madison when the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. Lawmakers say their bill adds exceptions for rape and incest until 12 weeks into pregnancy. It also clarifies on abortions to protect the mother's health. Now, that proposal has drawn mixed reactions from organizations against abortion.
We appreciate the efforts to clarify and update the medical emergency exception, and we agree that that's very important. However, we are concerned with the addition of the rape and incest exceptions.
Now, meanwhile, Governor Tony Evers says he won't sign anything less than a repeal of the 1849 ban. Well, the time is now 4:36 and on to Project Drive Safer, TMJ4's year-long commitment to combat reckless driving. The head of the State Department of Transportation wants people to know reckless driving, well, it's not just a Milwaukee problem. Our Rebecca Clough spoke to Secretary Craig Thompson to learn how bad behaviors and dangerous driving has consequences that affect everyone in the state.
As Milwaukee works to fight reckless driving on city streets, the Secretary of Wisconsin's Department of Transportation says this issue doesn't stop when you leave the city.
We've been seeing the exact same thing go on across the state the last several years. We've just seen a lot more aggressive driving, and it has led to more fatalities.
Data shows speed is a major factor behind reckless driving, and Secretary Thompson says the state has stepped up patrols, including enforcement from the air, to try to curb the problem.
It's just been a dramatic jump in people going excessively fast. It's not just speeding, but excessive speeding. So from our state patrol, back in 2019, we gave about 583 tickets for going over 100, and that jumped up to almost 1,500 by 2021 and back down to about 1,100 last year.
Along with the rising number of speeding tickets, the DOT has also seen crash deaths increase since 2019. There were about 550 that year, and it jumped to nearly 595 in 2021. Last year, it was at 603 deaths. DOT program and policy analyst Jeremy Kloss, who studies streets in Milwaukee, says the biggest difference between what is happening statewide versus what's happening in Milwaukee is Milwaukee has seen a slight decrease in property damage crashes.
We kind of see a little bit of some diverging trends.
In Milwaukee, though, deadly crashes are on the rise.
The fatal crashes, the number that's really important, we unfortunately are going in the wrong direction.
While the state is seeing some progress bringing down those numbers. This year, there have been 65 deaths. Compared to the same time last year, there were 94.
Hopefully this year, we're going to start seeing some of those come down and some of the efforts that we've been doing paying off.
Some engineering changes that are set to take place include getting rid of the parking lanes here along Capitol Drive when construction season restarts. Now, Capitol Drive is one of several streets in the city that's actually run by the state. Thompson also says the governor has proposed adding troopers to increase enforcement in his budget. Reporting in Milwaukee, Rebecca Clough, TMJ4 News.
Yeah, safe driving is so important here in our city, and St. Patrick's Day is tomorrow. And if you celebrate with a green beer or two, remember, don't get behind the wheel. There are plenty of options for you to get home safely. AAA announced they will activate their Tow to Go program starting at 6 o'clock tonight. It will remain in effect until early Monday morning. If you call that number on your screen, AAA will give you and your vehicle a free tow anywhere within 10 miles. Meanwhile, the Milwaukee County Transit System will be offering free bus rides Friday night, starting at 6 o'clock in the evening. This is thanks in partnership between MCTS and Molson Coors. All right, welcome back. The time is now 4:47, and let's take a look at today's headlines. Details of a third phone call between former President Donald Trump and Georgia state officials regarding the 2020 election have been revealed. According to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Trump pushed the Georgia House Speaker for a special session to overturn Joe Biden's victory in the state. The recording was played for a grand jury investigating Trump's action in the state following the election. The special grand jury has recommended multiple indictments, but it's now up to the Fulton County District Attorney whether to file charges. The U.S. Capitol Police and FBI are investigating a data breach involving the personal information of members of Congress and their families. The breach was reported last week, and Senate staffers say sensitive information has been posted online. Now, that information includes names, addresses, social security numbers, birth dates, phone numbers, and what health plan people signed up for. The hack involved DC HealthLink, which is an Affordable Care Act online marketplace that manages health care plans for members of Congress and staff. And JPMorgan Chase is the latest organization to clamp down on the use of ChatGPT. The bank has a new policy that limits the artificial intelligence software due to compliance concerns. ChatGPT has been the target of scrutiny since it was released publicly in November. Though it can generate believable essays, scripts, and computer code, it has also been reported to make significant errors. That's a big concern for companies that deal with sensitive personal data. Now let's switch on over to Storm Team 4 with our meteorologist, Brendan Johnson. Brendan, the rain is not here yet, but it is on the way.
It is on the way, Adriana.